The Pi network presents a fascinating case study within the ever-evolving cryptocurrency landscape. It stands out in the crypto world not just for its innovative approach, but also for its sheer ambition to redefine how digital currencies are accessed and utilized by the masses. Pi network aims to make digital currency accessible to everyone, regardless of their technical expertise or financial resources. This vision is at the heart of its design and philosophy. Unlike traditional cryptocurrencies that often require significant investment in specialized hardware, like expensive mining rigs, Pi network simplifies the process. All you need is just a mobile phone. Its unique tap-to-mine model, which requires minimal effort from the user, has drawn tens of millions of users eager to participate in this new digital economy. Pi network has been prioritizing growth and accessibility, focusing on expanding its user base and making the platform as user-friendly as possible. This focus on simplicity and ease of use sets it apart from many other cryptocurrencies that often get bogged down in technical complexity. Currently, Pi operates on an enclosed mainnet, a controlled environment where users can interact with the Pi ecosystem. Within this enclosed system, users who successfully pass KYC or Know Your Customer verification can use Pi in a limited app ecosystem, exploring its potential utility. However, a key limitation is that users can't trade it on public exchanges yet, meaning its value remains somewhat theoretical. This restriction has inevitably left Pi's value speculative, as there's no open market to determine its true worth. Consequently, there is currently no real established market price for Pi. What we do see are just IOU tokens trading on a few smaller exchanges, which are essentially promises to deliver Pi once it becomes tradable. Despite these limitations, two recent events have reignited interest and sparked renewed conversations around Pi network. The first is the annual Pi 2-Day celebration, a community-driven event that celebrates the Pi network and its achievements. The second is the emergence of rumors linking Pi's extensive user data to the burgeoning field of generative AI, or Gen AI. The Gen AI speculation suggests a potential new avenue for Pi network to leverage its resources. Specifically, Pi's vast and perhaps more importantly, KYC-verified user base represents a valuable asset in the world of AI. This verified data could potentially be leveraged for AI training, providing a unique and valuable resource for developing new AI models. This potential application hints at a new revenue stream for Pi network, opening up exciting possibilities for the project's future. While it's important to emphasize that these are currently unconfirmed reports and remain speculative, these rumors have nonetheless fueled fresh debate and a sense of renewed hope within the Pi network community. Despite the excitement, the project remains in a state of limbo, awaiting the launch of its open mainnet. It boasts a huge following, a testament to its vision, but still lacks open market trading, a crucial step for any cryptocurrency. Therefore, any price analysis at this stage is inherently tricky and should be approached with caution. This is because IOU prices, which are currently the only available price indicators, don't accurately reflect the real Pi coin's potential value once it hits the open market. Understanding this context, the limitations, and the potential is absolutely essential. It's essential before diving into any discussions about Pi's potential price trends or its future market potential. With the open mainnet launch on the horizon, the stage is set for both excitement and considerable uncertainty. All eyes are on Pi network as it inches closer and closer toward its open mainnet, a pivotal moment that will ultimately determine its long-term success and impact on the cryptocurrency world. Pi's price, as it currently exists in the market, is based on IOU tokens. These tokens represent a promise of future Pi coins. It's crucial to remember that these are not the real coin. This fundamental difference makes any analysis of their value speculative at best, as they are driven more by anticipation than intrinsic value. These IOUs trade on a relatively small handful of exchanges, primarily those willing to list pre-mainnet assets. Their price movement is therefore reflecting only the overall market sentiment and speculative predictions about Pi's future success and eventual mainnet launch. After months of a steady decline in value, mirroring broader market uncertainties, the Pi 2-Day event, celebrated by the Pi community, sparked a modest, albeit noticeable recovery in these IOU prices. The price moved from a low of around $37 to briefly peaking above $40, showing a positive reaction to the community event. This uptick, while small in the grand scheme of things, was significant because it broke the persistent downtrend that had been plaguing the IOU's value. This break in trend signaled renewed optimism and a surge of hope among core believers in the Pi network's long-term potential. Since that initial surge, the price has stabilized somewhat, suggesting a period of consolidation and cautious observation, as traders and investors alike await further news and developments from the Pi network team. The key question that everyone is asking: is this recent price action just a temporary blip, a fleeting moment of excitement, or does it represent the very start of a genuine and sustainable trend reversal for Pi? With no official and concrete timeline yet announced for the launch of the open mainnet, a healthy dose of skepticism, understandably, remains high among many observers. For now, the market is watching closely, analyzing every tick and movement, searching for definitive signs of lasting momentum and sustained growth. The underlying triggers and fundamental reasons behind this recent recovery, and more importantly whether this positive momentum can be sustained over the long term, are currently under intense scrutiny and detailed financial examination. The recent price bounce has some wondering if a true trend reversal is underway. Pi 2 Days community engagement and minor project updates injected fresh enthusiasm, translating into increased IOU buying. Technically, holding above recent lows could signal that selling pressure is fading. Analysts are watching for a higher low and a break above resistance, key signs of a bullish shift. Some believe the worst-case scenario is already priced in, making Pi more attractive to risk-tolerant investors. A concrete roadmap or mainnet launch date from the Pi team could trigger a real rally. Still, the recovery is fragile, based on thin trading volume and speculation. Without real progress, optimism could quickly evaporate. For now, hope and skepticism are locked in a delicate standoff. The GenAI rumors have added a new layer of hype to Pi's story. Some believe Pi's massive KYC-verified user base could be a goldmine for AI training data, making the project more than just another altcoin. This narrative has attracted new speculators and boosted sentiment, even without official confirmation. The idea of Pi as an AI data powerhouse is compelling, but it's pure speculation for now. If the core team fails to deliver on this front, disappointment could trigger a sharp price correction. For now, the Gen AI angle is driving hope, but also risk. Investors should tread carefully amid the hype. The future valuation of Pi remains a hotly debated topic within the cryptocurrency community and beyond. Experts are split on Pi's future value, with opinions ranging from complete dismissal to optimistic projections of significant growth. Skeptics dismiss IOU prices as meaningless, viewing them as artificial indicators disconnected from any real-world economic activity. They are citing the lack of an open mainnet and a functioning, real market where Pi can be freely traded and its value truly tested by supply and demand. Some see the long development cycle, which has stretched on for several years, as a red flag, raising concerns about the project's viability and potential for success. They are arguing Pi's fair value is essentially zero until the mainnet launches, utility is demonstrated, and it can be proven to be a viable and valuable cryptocurrency. Others are cautiously optimistic, acknowledging the risks but also recognizing the potential upside. They are noting that if even a fraction of Pi's massive user base becomes actively engaged in the Pi ecosystem, it could potentially rival even the top established crypto projects in terms of market capitalization and user activity. Bullish voices focus on the power of the Pi community and the potential for significant hype surrounding the mainnet launch, predicting a substantial price surge if demand overwhelms the available supply of Pi coins at the time of launch. However, most analysts agree that any specific price prediction at this stage is pure speculation, given the numerous uncertainties surrounding the project. This is until the mainnet is finally live, the technology is proven, and real-world utility is clearly demonstrated. Ultimately, Pi's future success and valuation depend heavily on the project's execution, widespread adoption by users, and whether speculative narratives, such as the integration of Gen AI and other cutting-edge technologies, actually become a reality. Therefore, investors must carefully weigh these divergent views and consider all the available information. Ultimately, they must decide which story they believe and whether the potential rewards outweigh the inherent risks. The biggest risk for Pi investors is uncertainty around the open mainnet launch. Years of development with no firm deadline mean early adopters could be left holding an illiquid asset indefinitely. There's also the risk the mainnet never launches, rendering coins and IOUs worthless. IOU markets are thin and volatile, prone to manipulation and counterparty risk. Hype, especially around genal, can evaporate fast, leaving latecomers exposed to sharp losses. Regulatory and technical challenges loom large, from data privacy concerns to the difficulty of scaling a massive user base. Any misstep could undermine confidence and value. Caution is essential in such a speculative environment. Pi Network sits at a crossroads of potential and risk. Its global user base is impressive, but the lack of a tradable asset keeps everything speculative. Recent